Hey, 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 I'm Tom Krawiec. Today we're going to be building some electric fence. So first thing when you're dealing with high tensile wire, safety glasses. Wire, when it gets cut, it will snap back and we don't want to be losing an eye. So what I'm about to show you is a fencing template that I've developed over the last about 19 years. And the reason I like it is because it's robust enough to stand up to deer and elk going through the fence. So come spring, you only have minor maintenance to do. You might have to replace some insulators, but you don't have to replace posts and you don't have to fix wire. So we've already pounded the posts, and what I like is the end post, 5 to 6 inch end posts, 8 feet deep, and bury them as far as your post pounder will go. The line posts, 4 to 5 inch, 7 feet, and same thing, bury them as far as the post pounder will go. I like doing 2 wires. Started out 19 years ago only using 1 wire, but what I found was that when you bring new cattle in that aren't used to electric wire, with 1 wire you'll have jumpers and then you'll have scooters that will go underneath. It's not a big deal, but it takes time to go and get them out of the wrong paddock. So 2 wires takes care of that. And the other thing about 2 wires, the way that I position them, with newborn calves, they can get underneath the wire because it always happens, you know, a cow will go and she'll tuck her calf underneath the wire, and then the calf gets up, and if you have a 5-strand barbed wire, the calf can't get back in. Whereas with this system, the calf can be tucked underneath the wire, time to move, the calf gets up and can come underneath the wire. So the first wire, I like at 28 inches. And the second wire, 45 inches. And what I've done here is I just have a little empty pepper shaker, and I just shake out my 1-inch drywall screws. And I really like the drywall screws because it gives you flexibility. If you need to put the wire down or lift the wire up, just with the cordless drill, it's done. Very easy, very simple, and you don't wreck your insulators. Alrighty, so here I'm going to put 3 insulators on the post at approximately 46 or 45 inches from the ground. So what you'll see is this insulator on this side, I'm going to put just the bottom one in. The bottom screw in. Okay? The reason I do that is when I go to put the wire on, I just have to fold it this way and it'll pop onto the wire. Now on this back insulator, I put both screws in because I don't have to, with that one, I don't have to twist it. Now on this side, I'll put the screw in the top. Now the reason I do it on the top on this side, again, this will slide, can put the wire through and put it down. I like to put the bottom wire on first because if we have to go around a corner, I can just move the wire on the outside of the post so that the wire is always pulling into the post and not pulling into the plastic because it's very easy to pop out of the insulator. So that's what we're gonna do now. All right, so here I'm going to put the wire in. So the back insulator, just put it in like this. The side insulator on that side just folds in. And then on the other side, okay, on the other side, insulator just pops up like that. You set it down. Okay, so now before I make my tie, I go and put the second screw in. Just like that. And again, these are 1-inch drywall screws. All right, so here I'm going to do my tie. Something on YouTube you can see this tie done many times. One thing that I don't do is I do not come through here. I know that I've seen videos from Australia and New Zealand where that's the kind of tie that they do. And when I was taught to do that by some Kiwis, I was just so excited about it because I thought, oh, that's going to be fantastic. However, that first winter, I had 5 of these ties break when elk went through, and it all broke right there. So I don't do that anymore. Okay, so here's the tie. This is what I was taught many years ago by a Gallagher rep. You build your handle and you come around. And what I like to do is 15 to 18 wraps. I used to only do 8 to 10, but what was happening was that elk and moose would go through and this tie would unspool. Since I've gone to 15 to 18 wraps, I have not had an issue with this tie coming undone. Again, so what happens in the spring, basically all I have to do for maintenance is replace insulators. Okay, another way to make this tie that I actually like better, just because my wrists are quite, well, I'm getting older, is I use the fencing pliers. So I just pull just enough tension so I can get a nice tie, and I just let it slide gently through. So it's it's a nice way to do it if your wrists are a little weak or you're getting older. Now these fencing pliers aren't the greatest for this. I apologize on the video, but if you get the fencing pliers where this closes up completely, it works very well. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a splice if you have to put 2 pieces of high tensile together. It's a little trick I learned from a friend of mine about 7 years ago, and I really like it. It's all the splices that I've made in 7 years. It has not come apart. Basically all it is, it's a reef knot. And I have used the reef knot numerous times over the last number of years. But my friend showed me a neat way to do it very easily. So we'll just go and bend the one side, just like that. Bend the other side so there's a little more tail. So you can see there. Then what you do, put that one in, and you'll have to twist it over twice. So you just have to get your twist correct. And I've made lots of these ties and I still have a heck of a time with them sometimes. But at the end of the day, you want the 2 ends coming out above the other wire. See on this side, the 2 wires are coming out below. So now I'm just going to pull it tight. Okay, we're gonna leave the 2 pieces of tail right now. And after we tighten up the wire with the tightener, then we'll come back and we'll clip this about 1.5 inches on each side. The reason I always cut the tails off is because it looks much tidier, but the biggest reason, less chance of a short if it's all nice and tidy.